Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. I've been focusing on my trades and on my consistency, and been focusing on our team in Discord, of course, with these premium indicators. So we have this new library of indicators that is available for everyone with a monthly or yearly subscription. And it's really cool because we've got a number of indicators that are available in here that you have access to, but this is our newest indicator that I'd like to go over that I'm really excited about. It's got a lot going on, so I want to explain what that is and explain how I use this. So you may hear some alerts in the background. I've got the scanners going. It's live right now. It's 11:07 a.m. Eastern time. And taking a look at BFRG here, this is a 1-minute chart with a mess of indicators, and I'll go over exactly what I'm looking at. But I really want to focus on, again, this newer indicator that we have available, which is going to be the dynamic support and resistance, which is critical to what I'm doing here and how I'm trading in our pre-market sessions live. So if you guys are trading with me in the pre-market session, hopefully you're sticking to a strategy and you're not veering off that path. And if you are, a lot of times what I'm doing is sticking to the strategy here. So I want to show you guys exactly what I'm doing so that way you can execute your strategy real time and knowing what someone else is doing. So BFRG, I've got multiple charts up. This is a 4-square layout. So you can see up top, this is my dynamic reg for regular, so regular session. That's what this is for. I also have a pre-market session. So I've got two different layouts going on here. You're going to see the same layout, but just some different filters to these indicators. We are going to focus on not so much the layout, but more so the indicator itself. And I'll zoom in on a couple of these charts. We'll do the 1 and 5 minute charts because these are a couple time frames I like to use. BFRG, top left, this is a 1-minute time frame. You can see the 1 there, 1 hour over on the right, 5 minute, 10 minute. You can experiment with different times. These are the time frames that I'm trading with right now, and I really enjoy these time frames. I think they really provide a lot of value. So 1 minute and 5 minute, we're going to dive into these. So let me go ahead and zoom into, first we'll zoom into the 5 minute. So what we're seeing here is basically zones being plotted and signals. And to go over this and just kind of condense this a little bit, what it's doing is whenever you see this pink zone or magenta zone, this means that there's a lot of resistance here. Now, it doesn't mean that it won't go through it, but what it does tell us is this is our resistance area, resistance zone. So what we want to see is we want to see price action, right? We want to see these candles close over these zones and then hold that zone, right? So same idea as confirmation that we typically trade, which you'll see on this 1-minute chart as we go over, that I use confirmation solely for most of my entries, and then I use this right here for possible scalps on the way if it turns around and down. So to better explain this, again, it's going to plot zones. Let's keep it simple. Plotting zones on the chart. Right now, it looks like they're going a little too far right, so we can go into the settings and we can minimize this to go less to the right. Okay, and that's, I think, a little too little. I think 25 is right, but it was looking like it was off. So we'll have it like that. So what this is doing is plotting resistance zones. So based on certain criteria and information, it's going to give us these zones. And this is dynamic. So it's going to change and always be changing based on the volume and price action that we see. So in other words, these candles, the volume that we see on them, and some of the parameters and some of the filters that we see within these ranges are going to provide these possible zones that we're going to look for possible key levels of interest. Now, just like confirmation, it's very simple, and we want to keep it as simple as possible. So close over a zone is bullish, and that's why you get this bullish signal here. It then needs to hold that zone. So if you see a green zone, that means that we had one of these pink zones and we closed over. So these zones, again, will always be changing with the price action, with the volume. So as we close over a zone, it's going to change the color of that zone and basically tell you, hey, we closed over, it's the most recent zone, and it is bullish. So it's green as a support area, pink as in resistance, and green as in bullish or support. Right? If you double click on this, you can actually go into the settings, and you can see that we have a number of settings in here. One of them is show only the most recent zone. If you check that on, you will only see the most recent zone, and that's really what we're fixated on if we're trading this strategy If we're back testing, we want these other zones on, but if you want to keep your chart clean, you can go ahead and do that just to see the most recent zone. So what this now tells me is that this is a resistance zone, and if we close above, it's bullish. It then needs to hold this zone. Anything beneath it is bearish, right? So if we close above, you'll see this turn green, and we have a market sentiment or trend sentiment up here at the top right. This is going to notify us, is it bullish or bearish? Right now on the 5-minute chart, this is technically speaking bearish according to this strategy because it has not closed over this most recent zone. So this is acting as resistance. And we want to be careful trading in a resistance zone because that can act as, it can provide a lot of pressure and possibly provide choppy price action. So what we're looking for is a close over and then a retest of that zone ideally. But sometimes you'll see the close over and it just continues to gap up. But regardless, anything above this zone, that's our bullish momentum. That's what we want to see. Anything beneath the zone, that's our stop area. So it's a very clear indication of where to get in, where to get out based on these zones. And you can see that because we have this bullish signal back here, that means we plotted a zone as we fell down here. We plotted this zone, closed over, and sure enough, we are hitting new highs. Now, guys, what I look for is a break of recent highs or a break of all-time high, or excuse me, high of day for possible profit taking. So when we see this, we're looking for that bullish momentum. We're looking for a pop. But of course, I'll always secure profit wherever I see fit. As of course, if we're getting in on this candle and it pops the very next candle, guys, this is not a bad scalp, right? In just a minute's time, you have a 3-4% trade on the next candle. Sure, why not lock in some profit, right? Just to secure that profit and be careful when we see these certain alerts. Now, if I bring this to the front here, visual order, bring to front, you'll see it stacks over the candles. So you can see now it's easier to see these labels, right? And you can see a few of these say extended secure profit. Extended secure profit, right? If I zoom in on this one, you'll see that as well. Extended secure profit. What this is saying is that exactly that. The price action is extended. So you may want to secure profit because if you don't, it could pull back and we're trading low float stocks often. So these are going to be some hefty pullbacks. So I don't want to be involved in that. Instead, I'd rather take the profit, lock it in, and maybe add if we got this bullish signal. But of course, at this point, we are expecting choppy price action as if we turn on all the zones, you'll see this for back testing purposes. We've just got a cluster here. So a whole lot of resistance, right? So that means, yes, it is trending up here and is giving a nice move from this level in this area, but it's been giving these resistance zones and basically chopping up. So we expect choppy price action. And if I turn this, this indicator off, you can see, sure enough, topping tails, rejection of higher prices. Now, this doesn't mean that I'll dismiss this and say, oh, it's done. I quit. I'm not going to trade BFRG. No way. That means I just look for it to close over these zones and for it to tell me that it is bullish. If it's bullish, then this will tell me in the top right-hand corner. Now, the reason I have multiple time frames on this layout is because you're going to see different information for each time frame. So on a 10-minute chart, we can also see that quickly. We'll just glance over and we'll see, oh, extended secure profit. Okay, we can combine that with the 5-minute, and that gives me conviction that I should take some profit there. As we pull back, we can see that all of a sudden we got up here, we have a zone now, and this is a giant resistance zone. So it doesn't mean it won't get through it, but again, combining the 5 and the 10-minute is giving more conviction to if I'm in the position to take profit, and if I'm not in the position, well, maybe I want to reduce my size if trading this type of trade, right, or this setup. So close over, bullish, close beneath is bearish. Right now we can see 5-minute bearish, 10-minute bearish. 1 hour is actually bullish, and the 1 minute is bearish. Now, 1 minute is going to give you more signals, guys. That's just the way it is. This was designed to give us more frequent buys and sells throughout the day, because I know we have a lot of traders out there that are looking to trade at different times of the day. And so you're looking for value in how to mitigate losses, how to mitigate risk. And that's what this is designed around. We can see that BFRG, we can see that the bullish momentum here is kind of dying out. We've got these yellow candles, which is the volume hunter that we have here, and is also available in our indicators. So volume hunter, which it's actually telling us that these yellow candles are low volume. So not exactly the volume that I'm looking for. Confirmation levels, we can see that we had confirmation levels down here at $5.95, $6 mental, $6.20, $6.50 mental, $6.64, $7 mental, right? So we can go half and whole, half and whole, half and whole. And we can see that we've got this low volume mover that's slowly moving up. So yes, this is tradable, but it's not as aggressive or high quality for confirmation, right? So this was the close over here. So if we zoom on out, we can see, oh, we had a cluster of resistance, a whole bunch of lines and levels. And all of a sudden, guess what? We closed above, we held the level, never closed below. Same idea, right? Simple strategy. Take profit, hold yourself a lotto, and look at the continuation that we got here on BFRG. So anyone who took this trade, great job. This was in our key levels channel. We spent 2 hours on Sunday going over this live, BFRG specifically, because this one was moving from last week and was on our watch list, our key levels channel, and our alerts from this morning. So this was definitely one to watch, and hopefully our team capitalized on this move. But again, guys, close over this level, that $6 level down here. You can see all of these levels are plotted for us. This is confirmation, support, and resistance. And this is a 1-minute chart. So this is a different approach, a different strategy, which I love. Confirmation. This is my go-to strategy. This is where I've found consistency. So I combine this with our dynamic support and resistance, because what I see is as we're gapping up and we're above this level, well, guess what? We're plotting resistance zones on a 1-minute chart. So even though we close over this level here that we had at 664, I know that it could get choppy. And the reason it could get choppy is why? Because we have a resistance zone being plotted based on the dynamic support and resistance and dynamic volume, and of course the range of these candles. So very specific, guys. This is a really awesome indicator, simple approach. I've got a lot of settings in here that you can change if you would like to. You can change the volume requirements for each zone. You can turn the zones off and only see the most recent, or you can backtest and see all the zones. You can change the color of the zone, so maybe you prefer to see it as red. Maybe that's what you see as resistance. That's fine. You can do so. You can do whatever you like. You can adjust and mess with these settings. So guys, this is the new indicator. Check out the invite only scripts. Go on down, dynamic, bullish Bob, dynamic price action, support, and resistance, S and R. Guys, check it out. This is awesome. And like I mentioned, 5-minute chart is something that I really, really love to implement with this strategy, because it allows us to buy these pullbacks. So if I do get in this position, I'm allowed to buy into this area. I just always look at this as not confirmation and less of a consistent strategy, and therefore I take a reduced size. But hey, if I reduce my size here, add into the position, have a smaller size here than I would confirmation, and it blows up on me, guys, I'll take that profit, run for the hills. It's been working out for us in the pre-market session, and I think I can see the value right here in the regular market session as well. So BFRG testing highs, and that was our demonstration here on our new indicator, the bullish Bob support and resistance dynamic price action, which is really, really cool. And we can see we have a 1 minute left on this candle. So even though it looks like it's bullish, right, and it's showing us bullish signals, well, that candle close is very important. We've got 50 seconds left on this candle, so always keep an eye on the candle close and always look out for those false breaks. So very interesting, guys. I love to see this. Let's see on the 1 minute chart what's happening. Same idea. We've got resistance here, so expecting a pullback, and this is what we'll look for. But if not, I can always take this trade close over. Same idea, needs to hold, but guess what? Seeing all these other time frames and resistance areas, I may want to reduce my size. We can see 10-minute closing over here in 30 seconds, 5-minute closing over in 20 seconds. The close over is powerful. If it can't close over, this will not remain bullish. You can see bullish, 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 now turning bearish. The close of this candle is very important. I'll hang out here for another 15 seconds, and we'll see what what happens on this this candle here. So again, guys, fixated on the countdown right here. So if you can see that on the right-hand side, fixated on this countdown, needs to close over the zone. We can retest the zone. That's fine. Anything under the zone, guess what? I can't trust it any longer. So BFRG testing new highs here. New high was 740. 750 would be a $half mental level, half and whole, half and whole, half and whole, right? So if we go over to our 1 minute chart, guess what? We're getting a lot of resistance. It's bearish. And if we take a quick glance at all of these time frames, we did not close over the 10 minute, so we've got 10 minutes to wait. We did not close over in the 5 minute. We've got 5 minutes to wait. I would not make a decision here until we close over and get this signal. So that's pretty much it, guys. Very simple strategy. This is just a simple layout, 4-square layout. Go up here. You can choose your layout. I hit the sync the symbol. So if you click this here, which I'm not sure why that's not on, I'll go ahead and do that. And once you sync that symbol, it should work for any name. So you can pull up, say, Tesla, and there you go. But we'll stick to BFRG as it's hitting the scanners now. So guys, bearish, 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 bullish on the 1 hour. And I appreciate your time. I hope you guys have a great day. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, bullishboblive@gmail.com, or check us out at bullishboblive.com. Thanks, guys.